I've been asked to talk to you a little bit about the intertidal habitat on the marsh surface here. When I say intertidal habitat, it's because even though it's dry right now, during high tides and during storm events, this marsh surface will actually get flooded fairly deeply. What I have here is, if you guys just slow down a little. What these guys are doing, these are students from Little Egg Harbor Elementary School, and they are dragging a seine net through the marsh pool to kind of to try to collect some fish from in here. If you guys just drop it down to the bottom and then drag it down to the end for a minute. And so what they're going to do is hopefully collect a few fish and then show us what they got. All right. Well, all right. Well, we have one little guy in here. This is called a mummy chog, and this is one of the most common fish in the area here. Hold on one sec. And this is actually a little guy. It's a juvenile. This is the most common fish on the marsh surface here and in this marsh pool. There's actually a whole lot of them. We didn't get that many, but if we move over here, I actually have a trap set, and we'll have a whole lot in here, I guarantee that. So this is a minnow trap, and I'm going to open it up for you. If you just hold on 1 minute. And you can see this has only been in here for about a half hour, and we have it just filled with fish in here. And this is a bigger one of those fish I showed you before, the mummy chog. They jump all about. And as I said, this is the most common fish in here. We also have what's called a sheep's head minnow, or a saprinodon, and that's what these guys are. And all these fish, what they do is they kind of set up habitat in here to avoid the bigger fish that are out in the estuary and in the deeper waters right out beyond the edge of the marsh. And in the winter, some of them will actually swim out into the deeper water also. You guys had a shrimp in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you still have it? You want to bring that over?
Grass.
All right, these are called grass shrimp, and these are actually food for a lot of the other fish, such as the mummy chog, and possibly the saprinodon will also eat them. And what they do is they also reproduce in these marsh pools here, and to avoid the bigger fish that are out there. However, some of them do get eaten by the mummy chog. One of the neat things I'm going to show you too about this is, even though this just looks like a hole in the marsh surface, the edge of it is actually undercut. I can stick my arm fairly deep. It actually goes about to here. And underneath all this marsh vegetation here, the roots actually stick down past it and into the water. So you have a lot of little places where little fish and little crustaceans can live. I also mentioned before that this is intertidal habitat. So when the marsh floods here, what some fish will do, especially the larger mummy chogs, which I'm going to put back in the pool right now, will actually swim up out of the pools and go about the grass and forage on the little insects and other larvae that are here. Let's see. Guys, you guys want to grab those nets a minute? And I'm going to just have the guys see if they can net anything else. Another thing that we haven't seen in here yet, but do occasionally wind up in the marsh pools, are predators called blue claw crabs. And this one is a little bit big to be in the marsh pools. What they'll do is they'll be in the marsh pools when their shells are about this big, and they'll eat a lot of little fish and little vegetation. And once again, when they get bigger, they need bigger food and more food, so they'll move out into the deeper water again. Well, you got anything? Go right up against the edge here. Right up against that edge. Yep, just like that. You getting any shrimp in there? No? All right, well, I think these guys, he's got a whole bunch of shrimp in here. Bring it over to the camera.
Oh, I only got one.
Yep.
She's got a fish.
You got a fish. Why don't you bring that over? Once again, another grass shrimp. And what do you have over here? And you have a mummy chog and a grass shrimp. So you can see with a lot of time, you could just keep netting all day and you can get a whole bunch of fish out of here. And hope you guys enjoyed the little tour of the marsh pool.